Why hello there horror fans, and welcome back to another episode of Screams to Stream. This time we're diving into the best horror movies you can find on Netflix this October. We've got a lineup that's sure to keep you up at night, so grab a blanket you can hide under and let's get started. First up on the list is the classic horror comedy American Psycho. Christian Bale gives an unhinged performance as Patrick Bateman, a Wall Street investment banker who hides his bloodthirsty tendencies behind a polished exterior. If you haven't already seen it, American Psycho is packed with a ton of iconic moments featuring chainsaws, business cards, and of course, Huey Lewis and the News.
Their most accomplished album.
Next on the list is It Follows, one of those indie horror films that really sticks with you. The premise is simple but genius. A supernatural entity stalks its victims, and the only way to get rid of it is by passing it on to someone else by, let's just say, an intimate encounter. If you're in the mood for something truly original and genuinely unsettling, It Follows is a must-watch. Next up is The Babadook. Much like It Follows will instill the fear of STDs in you, this Australian horror film is all about grief and motherhood symbolized through a terrifying children's book monster who may or may not be real. While the Babadook itself is a terrifying figure, the real horror comes from the movie's exploration of mental health and trauma. Pearl is a newer addition to Netflix's horror catalog and a total must-see if you're into twisted character studies. Directed by Ty West, Pearl serves as a prequel to X and dives into the backstory of the titular character. Mia Goth absolutely owns the role, and it's a movie you need to check out before you watch the finale, Maxine. If you're looking for a good old-fashioned binge watch, check out the Fear Street Trilogy, an original Netflix three-parter based on R.L. Stine's novels. Each movie takes place in a different era, 1994, 1978, and 1666, yet they all tie together for a perfect horror marathon to check out with your friends. Stephen King adaptations tend to be hit or miss, but Geralds Game on Netflix is one of the better ones. Directed by Mike Flanagan, this psychological horror centers on a woman left handcuffed to a bed after a kinky game with her husband goes terribly wrong. And last but not least, we have The Conjuring. Directed by James Wan, this film pretty much set the standard for modern supernatural horror. Based loosely off of real-life paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, the film adapts one of their most famous cases. While there have been several movies set in the Conjuring universe, none of them have come close to topping the original. And that'll do it for this episode of Screams to Stream. Let me know in the comments which of these films you're most excited to watch, or if there's another horror movie on Netflix that you think should have made the list. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next episode of Screams to Stream.